Hey, this is Kevin with God, Family, and Everything Else podcast, and I wanted to reach out to you guys today because um, I it's 2023. I think it's awesome that we're in a new year. I thank God for blessing me this opportunity to start off this new year. Um, Now, I wanted to talk about New Year's resolutions and see what everybody else has going on for them and what exactly is a resolution. You know, a resolution, New Year's resolution means you want to do something different. You want to learn something new. You want to just make a change. You want to make a change. And since, as you all know, that I really love fitness, I really truly like fitness, and I'm in the gym practically every day. Around this time, the fitness industry is booming. Many people get new memberships. I'm sure you guys know all that, yada, yada, yada. Supplement companies make big sales because people want to buy the supplements and get, get going right. And nothing's wrong with that, but what's more important is that you stick to it. You can't just assume that, okay, I'm going to start in the gym, and then you find that many people fall off shortly after because they have unrealistic expectations. It's true. You know, it takes time for your body to transform and get used to what you're trying to achieve. And I want to know, like, what are some of your New Year's resolutions? What are you trying to get better at? And we'll say, for me, we had some friends over last night, and then my friend asked me, like, what is it that I'm looking to do in 2023? And let's be honest, you guys, like, this channel is not a very popular channel because it has God in it. And not a lot of people today are either comfortable speaking about God or sharing their faith or don't even believe, so it makes it very difficult for this channel to grow, which I understand that. And I could easily give up. I could, but I'm not going to because it's truly something important to me deep down in my heart. And I also want to serve the Lord the best way that I know how. I want to do what he has also commanded me to do, and that's go out into the world and preach the gospel. And that is something that I'm going to do. I'm going to continue doing, and I'm never going to stop. I'm never going to be ashamed of the gospel. I'm never going to be ashamed of truly believing God. But at that time, I am trying to figure out what are ways that I can do to help get this channel to grow. And I'm not trying to do it to, have like a million subscribers or anything like that. If that would happen, that's a blessing. That's an amazing thing. But my goal is to figure out a way that I can effectively share the gospel with each and every one of you because it's important. It's kind of like when you thinking about I made a video about sharing um, on another. I make kid videos. They're usually about a minute to 2 minutes long, and it was about sharing and the importance of sharing. And it's like if you have a bowl of candy and you're sitting there and then your friends show up, are you just going to keep that candy because you really love Skittles and you just want to experience it for yourself? Or do you want your friends to experience something that you've been enjoying? You want to offer it to them, share. It's up to them if they want to accept that offer or not. But at least you shared it with them happily and lovingly. If they said no, you don't look at them and be like, what's wrong with you? You don't like Skittles? No. It's the same way with gospel and what God is trying to tell us to do. We go out into the world and we share the gospel with people, and if they don't want to hear it, fine. Don't push it on them. Don't force it on them. Just move on. Continue happily serving God, sharing the gospel with other people that are willing to listen. At least listen. And then there's going to be people that challenge you, of course. That's a given. And God always tells us that. That's why we need to be ready for these opportunities, ready for these challenges that we face. And that is why it's important to stay in his word, because so many times that this world likes to twist his word into to their narrative and making it seem like God is saying one thing when he's actually not. When you stay true to his word, you know exactly what God is trying to tell us and what his teachings are. And when you do face those challenges, you'll be ready to, I wouldn't say swing back. You'll be ready to hit back with the truth. But that's very important. And I want to share that with anyone that wants to listen. Have conversations with non-believers. Make sure that it stays mature, comfortable, loving, caring, engaging, because you never know, just continue praying for them that maybe one day that they do come to the faith and understand that God is who he says he is. If they don't, that's between God and that individual. But I do it because I care. I truly do this because I care. I'm not going to do it just because God says do it. He wants us to do it with a loving heart. He doesn't want to be like, okay, I got that one person. Let me just mark that down. I got this person. No. It's amazing when you see somebody come to the faith. But then after they do, it's important that you continue mentoring them, because it's easy for them to fall away. Because they're still young at it. It's important to keep them accountable. And at that same time, it keeps you accountable as well. Keeps you in the Word. So the New Year's resolution I want to make for this channel is for it to grow and to reach as many people as possible. But at the same time, I need to educate myself on how to do so. Of course, stay in His Word, be active in His Word daily, wanting to know the Lord, not doing it because it's a job. It's because you genuinely want to and you desire the Lord. And I can't go a day without thinking about what God thinks about me or what He wants me to do, and how I can serve Him better, and how there's times where I don't even serve Him at all, and I feel real guilty for that, to be honest. I could easily give up on this channel, but I don't want to. I have videos on here that have barely even hit 8 views, and I find out that some of my kids are the ones that are actually viewing them that bring that number up. But as long as they see who their dad is and who their dad is passionate about, that's important as well. Because again, the Lord wants me to continue bringing my boys up and having a strong foundation. So that's another resolution that I want to continue having, with the Lord's blessing, as in raising my boys and continuing them to grow in His Word, teaching them the truth and the light and the teachings of Jesus. Another resolution as well that we'll say is I want a better prayer life. I want to improve praying. I want to improve my coffee time with the Lord. I want to be able to improve my time sitting down with Him and expressing humbly and honestly my concerns, my needs, and my wants, and my thanks, and my praise for Him. There's just so many things I want to improve on. And that's all spiritually. And then we'll just say also, not my spiritual life, but I want to say that it's all tied together. I don't want to live 2 separate lives, no. But I would like to get better at work. I definitely want to be able to move my family to a much bigger home, but I want to do this all in the will of God. I don't want to force it, but I am going to seek and ask Him for guidance on ways that we can go ahead and get better. And there's many things I want to learn too, and I need to improve on. I want to read more. I want to learn a new instrument. There's there's a bunch. But at the end of the day, the most ultimate thing is my relationship with the Lord improves, and everything else, I believe, and as God says, will fall into place. So I don't want to be one of the people that have the resolution where I start off hot and then I fall off, because I've done that before. And I want to stay consistent. I want to stay on fire. I understand that life challenges are going to jump in the way, and then it may dwindle the fire a little bit, but I want that fire to continue burning for the Lord. So I'm being honest with you. I want this channel to grow, and I need to stop looking at the numbers and more pay attention to what God wants me to do, because I believe I will be able to expand this channel, and then God will be able to reach a whole ton of people from different backgrounds and across the world. So that's just me being open and honest, and I want to truly thank you for whoever has watched or has come across this channel, because I want you to know I am a man that truly wants to be remembered for someone that truly loves the Lord and truly loves his family. And then everything else that comes along with it, is just icing on the cake, because I want that true base to be God, family, and then you can smooth everything else on top. So, thank you for listening. Let's go ahead and try to get this 2023 year booming and growing this channel. I'm excited and see what the Lord has planned for us. And if he wants me to continue growing this channel, or if he wants me to move into a different direction, I will humbly do so. All right. This is Kevin. Thank you for hanging out with me, and peace.